Forge Captain Kyle Becker and Mitch Houlihan bring you the Captain's Log on the Forge Audio Network.
How about that weather we're having?
Buddy, too hot. I'm in a pickle. Hey, but these, how happy are you with these? Huh?
Are you making her through bracky these days? Sorry.
I thought I was going to die on Tuesday, I think. And then, but dude, the old bones of this house is not made for this heat. Let me tell you, the AC ain't traveling all the way upstairs, buddy.
The AC's not ACing?
It's not, guy. Down here, I'm in the basement, and it is an ice box.
Yeah.
Each level you go up just gets hotter and hotter. It is sweltering top cheese where the bedrooms are, which is not ideal. I do not do well in a warm climate for a sleep. I need it to be negative 1,000.
You don't like
terrible.
You don't like the sweaty sleeps, huh?
Can't handle it. Hey, but how about these thunderstorms though? Did you just get any of that?
All right, yeah, I got a couple cracks here. Obviously, it's good. The other morning, were you awake the other morning?
Oh yeah,
early. That like sideways
rumble in the
rain.
jungle. Yeah, God, it's one of those things. Like you're always like, oh yeah, thunderstorm, but we don't really get too many of them. But when you get like a proper like, it is rumbling and the sky's cracking with a nice little lightning bolt. Yeah, that's gonna you feel a way about it.
Okay, well, perfect. Because just before you jumped on here, Dave just brought this up. One of my points from last week about OnStorm. I think the reason why, I was talking about like the alerts for like there's going to be a big storm, OnStorm. Yeah. That's like the what's it called? The hashtag.
Storms are brewing.
Yeah, so this is like the alert coming out, from the whoever makes the alerts. Weather broadcasters and stuff on storm. But It's just, I think I hate it so much because I love storms. So I'm expecting a storm. Dave was just telling me that he'd never heard of on storm either, but then he was going to go out for dinner and then he said, on storm. I don't want to get caught in the storm. Then he didn't go out and then obviously nothing happened.
Oh, all right, here you go. Best place to sit and watch a nice little thunderstorm. What are you going with?
Oh, rain chats. I think you
Welcome to our raid chat here at the Captain's Law.
I think you gotta be anywhere where there's some,
it's already turned, but you're missing the most obvious one. It's just sitting in a garage in a lawn chair. Don't overthink it. It's the greatest one.
Yeah, in the garage. The garage for sure.
Also, how good is like you're caught driving in just the piss.
Yeah.
And you're just up front on the wheel. Just here we go. Wipers are just going overtime, guy. It's crazy.
How about like a nice dark at night 2-lane highway? A little Highway 7 in the bush. And
you're on the way back from the Cotty. Didn't look at the weather report. Getting caught in the muck. Here we go. The old Fiat made it through a couple absolute battles, didn't it? There's no chance that little guy did well in the rain.
Yeah, it made it.
Hey,
made it through.
It was a cold weather car.
It did its
Everyone
time.
knows that.
R.I.P. though. But yeah, those are the old white knuckle drives. But I was thinking of like a balcony. I mean, anywhere outside, but the garage is good because if it's really thunder and lightning, it's a little scary.
And you just got more like the ambiance is even better. You're in a garage, like it's great. Maybe you like get up, you could do some tinkering.
Yeah.
Maybe you can have a dart. I don't know if that's what you're into.
If that's what you're into.
A balco though, if you get caught on the wrong side of it, you're just getting drenched on a balco. You can have safety in a garage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the balconies, if you're in a good balcony situation, it's kind of the same as a garage. Garage is better. Because then as soon as it lightens up a bit, like, then you walk out.
Yeah.
Or you walk out and just get wet during it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Unreal.
But the other thing I was going to say was about the noise, though, too. Anywhere, like if you're somewhere where there's some good pitter patter.
Yeah.
I think that's key too. That's why I was going to
say
like
real deal.
like a good, when you're just like in the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, never been.
Yeah, I mean, but that'd be a good rain. Off all the leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
Here it rains there in the rainforest.
Every now and again. She's damp.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was into it. I like that. Let's have
Here we
have
go.
more rain chats.
I feel like we got to let the people know. Missed a week last week. We got some big news.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Shall you?
Yep. Had a kid last week. It was
Nailed
great.
it.
Yep, it was great.
10
She's
out of
great.
10 would recommend.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You got any questions for me? You've been through it, but
Yeah. How'd you feel on the day?
I think it's all kind of like, I don't know if it's as crazy as you picture, but it was definitely slower than you picture.
Oh, yeah.
So you think it's just kind of going to be like a movie, like, you're in the old, and it's clicking, it's going quick, but there's a lot of waiting. It's like a hurry up and wait.
I mean, it comes in hot when you start. You're like, ooh, I think we got to go. And then it's like, ooh, go back. Here we go. Getting in the car. You're zipping. You're doing the old steering wheel taps. You're just like, no one knows what's really what to say. You're gauging how the other one's feeling. Like, is this a problem? Like, is this happening right now? Are we good? What's going on? We're going to get there. Relax. We got it. You got to keep your composure.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, then you just sit there and it takes a long time. Like, what time did you guys pull up to the hospital?
Like early 5 a.m. or something.
Yeah, we have like a very similar. And then you were there all day.
Yeah, so you're kind of like ready. You're like, all right, sweet, it's go time. Let's do this. And then you're just waiting. Like, you can't be like on and ready the whole time. And you're just like, all right, this is happening. Now take a quick nap.
Did you take a couple naps throughout the day? I
mean, the hospital had some pretty sweet setups for the partners. So I didn't want to fully pull out the couch while like doctors are coming through. I'm just like sprawled out.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, this is nice.
You good, Mike? Everything good, babe? Yep. Yeah. All right. Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, when she's doing well, then, I probably dozed off a couple times, but I don't know. Yeah, so then it was just kind of like hurry up and wait, and then, it gets a little intense, and then you got a thing. And you got a kid.
That's the craziest part, and everyone tells you, who like people you talk to leading up to the obviously the big day. You're like, yeah, it's crazy. It's greatest moment ever. But nothing, and you know it going in. You're like, all right, I'm going here. I don't have a kid, and then I'm gonna have something I have to take care of, and it's totally relying on us, and we can't screw it up. But it's impossible to understand and like put that moment into it if it's not yours, because like, I know people are gonna say all this stuff about pets, and yeah, pets are great and all that shit, but like, come on, like, it's not it. It's just different, and it's crazy. And then it's like, all right, man, get the hell out of here. Go take care of this thing for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's the I mean, anything like the weight of it, the permanence. It's it's crazy. We're not equipped for thoughts like that, really.
Every time I try and think about it, my brain gets put in a pretzel, and I just keep saying stuff, and I start swearing and making a whole bunch of nonsense. And be like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's the best. It's crazy. Yeah. That's awesome. Everyone's feeling good though. Everyone's doing well.
Yeah. Everyone's good. She's good. She's tacking on mass like a legend.
Newest member of the log.
Yeah. Newest member of the log. She'll come on to answer some questions pretty soon. But,
and a fun little fact: old Benny and your little girl born 2 minutes apart.
Yeah,
crazy.
So we did have like the same day.
Yeah, well, we went in. Yeah, literally same thing, like middle of the night, and 9:02, and you were 9:04.
Yeah,
insane.
That's crazy. Oh, listen to this. Right when we came in, so we're just like settling in, probably in the hospital for like a minute, and then out from the hallway, we just like someone gets stretchered in like by paramedics, and then the nurse is just like, all right, we gotta get it over, it's coming out. They're like, seriously, it's coming. And then they're like, so someone came in and had a kid in like 30 seconds. So I was like, that could happen. Are we gonna be out of here?
This thing out. Well, dude, that my whole experience and like being the whole day and it being like obviously it takes time and whatever. I had no expectation going into it, but I cannot fathom how like people are rocking like Subway babies or like taxi babies. They're just like, oh, didn't know, and it just happened right away.
Yeah, I mean,
And like obviously there's so many things that can happen throughout a pregnancy. Like it's an insane thing. So I hope everyone, first off, it's like you just hope everyone's healthy and it's fine. But like the idea that you can just be like, I'm good. Oh, boom, cramp. Yep, in labor. Bang, here's my kid. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Quick surprise. I mean, I feel like that'd probably be the preferred way to do it if you could choose, but obviously not being able to plan for that. Yeah, the old I don't know.
Pageantry and waiting, and then you're just like in the hospital for too long. You're like, is this good? Like you don't want to get too comfy, and then you're like, if you start messing with your head, you're like, is it bad if it's not happening? And buddy,
yeah,
all the ins and outs, all the
for sure the thoughts. But I will say, like, I don't know, there's been between like all our friends with kids and like you and telling the stories and stuff. I feel like I was pretty. I wasn't like. There was a lot of things that happened that I think I heard you guys talk about that I was like, that would have made me nervous if I hadn't heard of that thing happening before. So no, and I mean, honestly, I got to definitely shout out the hospital we went to and just the old healthcare workers in general. Like, I don't think they, when you see them in action, this doesn't need to get into a healthcare worker talk, but like, when you see them in action, it's pretty just amazing. I mean, we're obviously lucky, haven't had to really, experience hospitals and stuff or anything like negative. But when these guys are in like go mode, like the doctor that was delivering was just like, she's a superstar. She's the coolest person I've ever seen in my life. Shout out Grace Young, legend.
It really is.
Doctor.
It is wild. And I've seen my fair share of doctors just throughout like sports and things like that, and it's so easy to be like, they're all idiots, and it's just such a cop out, and I'm guilty of it 100%. And then exactly what you're saying, you're seeing them in actual go mode, and how impressive it is, and how good they can be, and just legends.
Yeah, and I know not everyone's. I think we were lucky. However, everyone we had was just like awesome. It was like. Nobody was like stirring things up. Everyone's saying the right stuff. Yeah, it was just like it was a real crack team that day.
Dude, here's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Realize it the last day as we were leaving the hospital, and I still don't know who it was because our doctor wasn't that person. Maybe it was just like the main person overseeing everyone. I don't know. But on our bracelet, it said, "Attention, Dr. Edmund Kelly." That was my BC coach. Insane. It's like, this guy's just here with me. He's just going through this. We're just on this together. He's just gonna be sitting in the corner calling me a separatist prick the whole time, just like we're running it back freshman year. It's like, hey, coach, buddy, I'm not from Quebec. It's like, whatever, buddy, you're all the same over there.
That's insane.
It was wild.
So that was a doctor you had like on thing?
It wasn't like I never saw or met an Edmund Kelly when we were there, but on my bracelet, on Kat's bracelet, it was "Attention, Dr. Edmund Kelly," and I was like, "What?
That's
the
hilarious.
hell is going on here?"
So I mean, just to reiterate, your college soccer coach was Ed Kelly.
Yeah,
just legend. An absolute legend.
Full, like it was the whole thing. It was great.
And he was an Edmund too.
Yeah.
Did you call him Edmund? That would have been hilarious.
No. I wasn't trying to catch a little smack.
Edmund.
Oh, here's a good little Ed Kelly story I got for you though. So, for those who have met him, he could be a little rough around the edges, but he was deep down, he was a good dude. Everyone's had their little gripes with him, myself included. And at the end of my sophomore year, we got bumped by Brown in I think it was like the first round of the second round of the tourney, like huge upset. We played like absolute crap.
Yeah.
We lose 2-1, and at the end of the game, I get sent off. Just a crap red card, but just get sent off. So the season's done, we're done, whatever. And we have a little spat as I'm coming off on the bench, whatever. Me and him go have a little back and forth, a little whatever. And so like it's done in like classic school fashion. It's like, all right, boys, we're free. We're just gonna go on a bender, have a time. We'll figure all this out, pick up the pieces as we go. So we get back to campus, and like either like the next night or the following night, all the boys are going out, and I fucking butt dialed Ed Kelly. And the boys, we are on it. And who even knows what we were saying? I, honest to God, I think we were actually like talking shit about the staff as we were like walking. And I go to look at my phone, and it says like on the line, Ed Kelly. And he was on the phone for legitimately like 10 minutes. Like he was listening. He needed some ammo. He's like, I'm going to mess this kid up. Like, fucking
100%.
What a prick.
Oh my God.
So then I'm just like, oh my God, hang up, whatever, done. Move on with the night. Obviously the boys get after it. I don't really think too much about it. Charles, my roommate, goes in for his like end of year meeting, and the whole thing, like he just walks in. He's like, is your prick roommate gonna send me a message for waking me up at 3 a.m. the other night, or is he just? Are we never gonna talk about it? Like his whole meeting, I think, was about me, just not bringing it up. I was like, dude, I'm flushing that for sure. Oh, made for a sticky combo. Let me tell you.
Oh, that's amazing.
But the best part is like after that, I think he actually loved me. I think I broke him. He's like, you're crazy. I like you.
Yeah. I mean, imagine that happened to a player that you're scared as a university guy.
Oh, yeah.
If you were a coach, I mean, you would love that if that happened to it. And you know how nervous they're going to be.
Hang that over his head forever. It was great.
Oh, man. And he could have just made up anything, too. Like, I heard what you said. Tell me.
Oh,
that would have been great. He should have put you
I was
under
like
the
a handle
hotlight.
a Ruby Deep guy. I would have believed anything. He could have been like, dude, I heard everything you said. I know it. You've been talking shit. I knew you were a prick. Unbelievable.
A handle of Ruby Deep.
Yeah.
Ed Kelly must have liked a good interrogation. I'm surprised he didn't do that to you.
Oh, dude, he was the king. Oh, man, this guy was the best. He just kept you on your toes. Every single day, he'd be like, Bex, you're not a 10. Not for you. It's not it. You don't do good out there. And they would just play me in a free roll where I could just go wherever I wanted. Like, all right. He was like, nope, not good enough, buddy. That's not where I see you. That's it. Just love that. Just kept you humble, that guy.
Yeah.
Good dude, though. Cared about the boys. I will say that. He cared about the boys. Wanted everyone to get an education.
My thoughts on coaches like that are that they take the heat so that the boys come together.
Honestly,
it's a common enemy.
Anything, if this guy was sitting there the whole time and he's like, I'm gonna be the way that I am, so that whole group is galvanized and hating me, I've done something. And honestly, he did kind of shape that, and I think it's something that like we've also built from like our childhood playing youth soccer together. It was always the boys versus the coach.
Yeah.
And then that was a thing that I actually had a tough time with when I first made that transition to pro. Was like realizing like there's some guys in this locker room who are the coach's guy, and that was something that I was always like, no, like we're the guy. We're in here every single day together. Like it's us versus them. Like there's no little backdoor conversations. Like I was just so blind to it. And then obviously you learn very quickly that's just you're not in fucking Wonderland anymore.
Like you say so, you talk shit about the coach to the boys, and then like you're never thinking it's gonna get back to the coach. Then
because I would never in my life say that. Never. Like no chance. Get out of here, boys. It's us versus them. It's like we're in the mud together. This guy will sell us down the river in a second, but nope. You learn pretty quick that unfortunately it's not the reality. And then obviously it's just changes from there and you move on. But that was definitely something that was a little eye opening to me.
Yeah. So what's been going on in Forge Land since I've been gone, buddy?
The Forgers have put strung a couple poor performances together, and honestly, I think there's a culmination of some things in there. Ultimately, we felt we let ourselves down in Halifax. The huge response to come out of there with a draw and obviously not give away all 3 points, but from being in total control of that game, going up 1-0, and then just immediately taking the foot off the pedal and just being a little too light as a group in terms of what we have to do on the defensive side of things and just giving teams too many chances. And I think we've just been, it's a story we've seen, I think, over the last couple of years, especially, is when you win and you have success, everyone wants to beat you. It doesn't even matter. And so if we're not up for it, the reality is the other team is going to be like, no, we're taking this from you and we're going to celebrate in your face and it's going to mean a little bit more. And we can be all butthurt about that and be sad, or you can take it as a badge of honor and a sign of respect and live up to that live up to that standard that we sort of set and we've built. And I think that's just the thing that we're missing right now. We're just missing a little bit of the fire. But at the other side of it, we have a group that's been going since January with the CONCACAF stuff. So maybe there's a little bit of fatigue, maybe there's a little bit of frustration halfway through the season. It's normal. So it is something that we need to make right, and we need to make it right this weekend. So it's going to be nice to come back home, have a game on Sunday against Valor that we need all 3 points, and we need to get ourselves going in the right direction again.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been points like this in every season. You guys had the early start, had lots of success already to start the year. You made the old semis and the Can Champ. Like, it's going to happen. We'll get it back.
There's been moments where we've just had like such a massive output that you're just like the come down from it after is difficult, and then that I think just causes like more, almost like a ripple effect where it's like, boys, all right, now we have to do it, now we have to go again, and like it's more pressure to do it, and then it's so easy, just like, not necessarily so easy, but it's just, I think it's normal to like, all right, like just give us a break, man. We've done a lot. We're gonna figure it out, but we are in a moment where we very much do need to. Like 3 points this weekend is huge, and we need to get it back on the right direction. So this week, honestly, the response from the group has been fantastic. Like training every day this week, even in this heat, has been unreal. So much more competitive than it's been. Some we've been missing. So I think we're trending in the right direction.
What are you guys doing in this heat, man?
Fucking dying, guy. Sweating. Just honestly, you just walk outside, you just start sweating.
This week's been out of control.
There is times like if you can lean into it, it's sweet because you're like, all right, I'm gonna be real fit after this. If I can just battle through this session, like there's that side of it, and it becomes like a little bit of a point of pride. Like you kind of feel like you're in preseason, like you made a trip somewhere, but I don't know if I was made for this, buddy.
A little preseason heat, but the super humid games. Isn't it nice when you're just drenched in sweat in the first minute? You just feel like you're like you're 30 minutes in, like already warmed up, but you're just dripping.
Yeah, it is. It's something.
I like to play.
We've played a few of these. We've played a few of these already. Oh, speaking of, like that, the weather in Halifax was the best.
You beat me to it. I was just going to ask about the rain out east.
I mean, this is just the rain episode. The
boys
were honestly out east coast, just a slickness to the pitch. You just felt like a kid in warm up. I was like, we're gonna be slide tackling everyone. It's gonna be the best. Just gonna be getting all muddy. It's great. I feel like a little child. It's like I'm gonna run. It started raining. Sick. I'm gonna run out on the front lawn, only playing in my white socks. Debbie Becker's gonna have an absolute meltdown in a few hours. Be like, you idiot! What's wrong with you? I gotta play in the white socks. Look better.
You gotta go white socks.
Yeah, you can't be looking at your feet wearing black socks. Get out of here.
The old mud bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you saying?
No, we've actually I don't know if you remember, I don't know if we would have talked about this, but in 2019, we played a game against Valor that, honest to God, might have been the hottest game I've ever played in my entire life. I think like 3 of their guys got heat stroke after the game.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 45 on the field or something like that. It's crazy. And the turf, like your tootsies are burning. It's just come on.
Yeah, on the burning turf too.
Can't stand still. Feet are burning. Got to keep it going. It's like the old barefoot on concrete in the middle of summer.
Yeah, the old driveway.
Just the old burns. Tiptoe over to the pool on the old pool deck. Oh, God, we almost just went up 1-0. Go on. Ooh, boys are doing it. They might fucking do something.
They're looking
boys
good.
Get hot.
Looking
Don't
good.
let the boys get hot.
Yeah, I think my internet's about 2 minutes behind here. I haven't seen nothing yet.
I'm in the bunker, buddy. She's moving quick.
Are you watching the Euros?
Oh yeah. I've been trying as much as we can. We miss a few.
Yeah, you guys must be getting some good locker room watches going after training.
It's the best. Okay. I was speaking, me, Noah, and Borges were talking about this, like the lead up before the first game, and it was just, I don't know, we all just got weirdly nostalgic about just tournaments when we were young, and just like it just felt like it meant more. And I was like, I don't know if it was the last Euro or the last World Cup, but I think there was just like parts of it just felt like disappointing, or maybe I just wasn't as locked in as I had been in the past. But honestly, every one of these games I've watched has delivered. I feel like every one of them has been unreal. The crowds have been unreal. Like, it's just been so, I feel like it's been so loud coming through the TV. Like, the atmosphere has been unreal in Germany. Every team's been crushing it. Okay, how's your diaper game? Are you flipping those things out?
Honestly, pretty quick.
Nice.
My record time's getting pretty good.
Nice. Is she like calm when you're doing it? Benny was a prick, dude. He's been doing this thing. I'm sure it's just like a phase, but anytime I go to change him now, he just literally fights me to the death. Like, he kicks to the throat, and then he's just running around the house with a shitty ass, just wean her out. It's insane. This kid's he's gonna bully me in a year. Like, he's almost taller than me.
He's so big.
It's fucked, man. And if he right now his balance is all crazy, but he's tough as nails. Like, he took a huge digger today.
Yeah.
Honestly, the softest thing about him is he gets all like sad and weird around people, but like stuff happens to him and nothing. Yeah, he was running on the deck in Oakville today at my parents' house, and they put a little kiddie pool in the deck, so it was just wet everywhere. And he went to stop, and just both feet went out, and just straight back on the head, just rolled over and kept her going.
No cries on that. See, he'll put those two things together at some point.
Yeah,
he'll not like people, and then he'll beat them up. and take punches to the head.
And he's been doing this thing too. Oh, honestly, I think he's been watching like kung fu movies in his sleep, guy. So I'm holding him, and he's just staring at me, and both hands just goes boom on my ears. Like, dude, I'm gonna go deaf. Like, he's gonna concuss me, man. This kid, like, he's got the dark arts in him.
He's giving you the double chop.
The double ear slap, like, ooh, it's like I just got a flashbang. Oh, flashbang! The kid can't move. I'm all discombobulated. He's gonna headbutt me and just send me.
That's such a good prank from our guy.
Like, he's just looking at me. I'm like, oh, this is sweet. I'm gonna get like a nice little kiss. Like, he's gonna be all happy, whatever. Just bam, 2 hands to the ears.
All right. So for anyone confused, we had a little technical difficulties, so we're gonna jump back into the old Euros talk. But that's what happened there, if you're confused. What were you saying?
Don't know why you would be, though.
Noah and...
So, what I was saying, me, Borges, and Noah were having a little chat leading up to that first game, and we were just getting all nostalgic about it, like, whatever tournament we had in our brain when we were younger, where it just felt like it meant more, like they were just the best. Like, you just dedicated everything to it. Like, we were all talking about the 2002 one that was in Korea. And it was classic. Like, anyone who's playing competitive soccer at the time, I feel like you all just got the pass to stay up forever. It's like, yep, staying up. Okay, sweet. Sleeping through the morning of school because I'm watching sports. It was the best. It just felt so good. But the start of this tournament, I feel like we've actually watched a decent amount. As you said, we've had a few little watch parties in the locker room, which is nice.
Yeah.
Got all the boys around it. But I feel like every game is delivered. It's been so good. The atmosphere in Germany has been unreal. All the games have been sick. I'm sad I missed the Turkey-Georgia one. I feel like everyone was buzzing after that. I heard that one was just back and forth, up, down all game. But honestly, man, I feel like it's delivered so far. A couple last-minute tying goals, last-minute winners. It's been sharp.
Yeah. Your Serbs today.
Yeah. Coming through. It was the best. Kat was losing her mind. She's getting tired. She's like, these guys suck. These are the worst. They're imploding for sure. There's probably been 7 internal battles already. She stops. Honestly, so David Edgar, assistant coach of the Forgers, friend of the pod. He's notorious for he'll be watching the game. Second he leaves, like 4 goals happen.
Yeah.
He just can't see a goal. It's insane. Kat has that in her too. She'll either be watching and nothing will happen. She'll leave and they'll score. Or you're watching a game that you care about. She'll walk in and the other team will score. Unbelievable.
Some people got that.
Yeah.
And for anyone listening, Kat is your lovely wife. Whenever can you have that? Like, I mean, Serbia today, it's like you have to score for your tournament to continue.
Yeah. Just give yourself a chance.
Like,
it's the best.
That was crazy. Literally the 5th minute of 5 minutes of extra time.
That was insane.
On the dot.
Yeah, didn't the whistle just went right after?
Yeah, it was on 5 minutes on the dot, and there was 5
Call that
minutes
a
of
San
extra time.
Francisco Deltas walk off, by the way.
Oh yeah,
That's what the people in the streets are calling it.
that was the soccer bowl walk off.
When the soccer bowl. I'm pretty sure there was a whole other minute left in the game, but it was the second goal, and the people ran on the field, and the ref just called it.
Oh yeah. I think we should talk about the Deltas every episode.
It might be the greatest sports organization ever. Big save, Crapo. Love that.
The greatest walk off ever too, because it was just a walk off into oblivion.
Folded the team, folded the league. See you never.
League folds. Great win.
Yeah.
See you guys in the room.
I was doing my it was so good too, because everyone knew it was just chaos, and like with the announcement of the team folding and everyone just being like, it's gonna take a absolute miracle if we're gonna be here next year. So everyone knew it was done. Dude, I did my exit medical in the locker room after shotgunning like 4 beers. You're gonna get my pulse. You're gonna get my BPMs now, guy. I think it's gonna be a little off. They're like, don't worry about it. We'll see it never. So yeah,
that might be the funniest thing I've heard yet. Like, why do that?
Honestly, just make me sign the piece of paper. Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, yeah.
It was like we're even gonna mix in like a fake, like a heart check. Like, yeah, let me just get your blood pressure real quick. I'm like, guy, I was shotted like 3 back to back to back. What are we on about? And they're like, it's fine. So now we're gonna dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
Yeah, who are you sending this report to? Who's that doc? That doctor's filing all his TPS reports after the fucking field.
He's got a Penske file that's going on for ages. He's just gotta get her going.
Yeah, everyone's like, guy, the league's done.
Yeah, it's over. No team. He's like, we're good.
Hey, it's my duty as a doctor. What's that called? Fiduciary duty. Nah, that's money.
That's money, baby.
That's money, baby. All right. Anything else on the Euros?
No, just hoping for some more good games. I'm excited.
I would have loved to talk about the old, just jovial videos coming from the Albanian fans snapping the Italian spaghetti, and then they just go, "Yeah, we don't need to get into the politics of the Balkans." But
yeah, the spaghetti snap in the street. Is that what you're on about?
Yeah, that was a good clip.
The spaghetti snap in the street was great. That was some wholesome content for everyone. And then I'm sure you could do a couple swipes or a couple scrolls and find some other stuff, but we don't need to talk about that.
And it's like, we need some wholesome content coming from the Albanian supporters. Then after that, also even this was still pretty like, you can discuss it. Did you see in the game against their first game, like all the guys in the stands are holding up the garbage bags? I'm like, what's this? No, this has got to be a thing. And then I look it up, and it's like the mafia is in charge of the garbage collection in Albanian capital city or something, and they're not collecting it. So it was just like a little protest. And I was like, that's still not that offside. But then they just, anyway.
They just kept going.
But the spaghetti snap was a good PR move.
Yeah. I mean, how good as a kid was a spaghetti snap? The amount of times, I don't know how I didn't get the old boot. The amount of times I would go into the old pantry and just either snap a bunch of spaghettis or just like punch them. Just like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, just hated it, or I don't even think I hated it as a kid. It was just like, it was satisfying a snap.
I do. Yeah. I mean, the Italians are missing out. I don't even know why it really happened that much. But yeah, spaghetti was getting snapped all over the place.
That's just childhood, baby.
Yeah. That's all right. I think let's go watch the rest of this Canada game, eh?
Let's get a result here, boys. Oh, I think Lee brought he made a good comment that I think needs to get shout out. The hockey Canada tarp at a Canada soccer game. That's a pass. We get a pass on that. That is so good.
Yeah.
And we're not lumping those people in with the people who go to like a sporting event in North America and they're like, well, I'm just gonna put on a jersey because I'm going to a sports game.
Yeah. No.
This is legit. The hockey tarp at a Canada soccer game.
Canada almost sniped there. And I think you know that I'm a huge fan of fans.
Can't even get it out. Just excited.
Fans wearing hockey helmets.
Okay. Wait. Last thing. Did you see it? What I don't even know. I think it was a Germany game. I think it was the four guys who were rocking the full Canadian like the helmets and everything. They're like 60.
Turned up at the right stadium.
Legends.
Rocking the helmets and the jerseys. No, strong move. The best move. I love that. I love a helmet.
Helmet in the crowd. Wait.
Stands.
But are you going cage or visor, which makes it better or nothing?
Honestly, as much as you want to do, I'm not complaining.
I think a fishbowl in the stands might be the best.
Oh, a visor's kind of funny because it's like you kind of like you don't want to look dumb. It's like you thought about not looking dumb, but you're wearing a helmet. No, but these guys in the Germany game were the old guys for sure. That was why Lee brought it up. They were rocking like some sweet.
I think they had hockey pants
helmets
on too, guy.
I mean, they went full kit. It was
if
unreal.
you go hockey pants in a bucket in a game, sitting down, just got your popcorn and a couple beers. That's nice. Just with some buds. Awesome.
I don't know what. Yeah, the helmets. I haven't cried. I haven't laughed like that since I was a wee girl. All right.
See you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
This was The Captain's Log with Kyle Becker and Mitch Houlihan. The guys will drop another episode sometime, whenever they get to it. In the meantime, we would love and appreciate for you to like, follow, subscribe, click on the little bell, do all the things in all the places you get entertained, and you'll find more of this type of content. And that also means we get to spend more time together on the Forge Audio Network.